Hey guys, Jordan Lally here at Jordan Lally Basketball. The series that we have for y'all today is going to be a punch drag series. Now, punch drag is a move that I've been noticing a lot more of lately, involving AAU all the way up through professional level players. And it's a great way to create separation between ourselves and our defender and get into an explosive shot. Now, the way we engage our defender is always with an inside shoulder shave. So one thing that I tell and teach all my players is to create contact in order to create separation. A lot of young players will always try to run around their defender or away from their contact to think that they can get to space. Now, there's certain points in time during a basketball game where it is true and it's great to run to open space or run to blue ocean, as we call it. But for right now, whenever we want to create separation, especially for my older players, we want to engage that defender. Now, if a defender stays on my hip and I'm not able to take this next crossbody step, what we'll use is a punch drag, where I plant the outside foot, I take my last firm, strong dribble, and I create stop separation. Now, I know you guys who have followed me before understand what stop separation is, but for those of you guys who are just tuning in for the first time, stop separation is just as it sounds. I separate between myself and my defender through the use of my stop ability. Okay, so I want to make sure that we're able to stop our body as quickly and controlled as possible when we go into our shot. Remember, the quickest players on the court aren't just the fastest going forward or accelerating. They're able to slow their body down the quickest as well. All right, guys, so we're going to go to a couple options using our punch drag to get into a quick pull-up. Notice how abruptly I set those feet back to the ground. Me as a basketball player, when I get into an attack option, and I notice that my defender gives me a little bit of space, I'm going to get those feet down to the ground and up into my shot. With a little hip switch right there, I love operating to my right. I'm a lefty, but if I had a choice between whether or not going to the right or the left, I'd go to the right 9 times out of 10. You guys see it right there. With lefties going right, it's really important on that punch drag. There's multiple shooting style options. Right now we're working on a little foot replacement, where I pick my feet up, set my feet controlled, and then get into my shot. When I'm operating to my right as a lefty, it's really important that I swing my left foot around to get into that controlled shot. We call that a hip switch. So when I go into that plant, punch that drag with the outside foot, I'm going to switch my hips to make sure I align my left foot to lead, so that way I get into my shot. Now, operating to my left, it's a lot easier to control because that left foot's already leading. So for you righties out there, going to the right, punch drag with the outside foot, set the feet quickly with a foot replacement to get into our shot. Going to your left as a righty, same thing, but now when we go into after that punch drag, we got to have that little hip switch to get into a nice controlled shot. Now that's called a foot replacement out of our punch drag. The other options to get into our shot would be an outside-inside, where we hesitate, kind of survey, come into a rhythm step, where as soon as I punch drag, I see what space that I have, I raise my frame up to see if I can attack, counter, shoot, and then I settle into my shot to make the defender to think that I am going to attack. So we're going to go through a couple of different options with that as well, a couple different series. See how I let that ball hang in my pocket after I punch drag. Typically, when I use this move, it's because I punch drag and my defender still stays on my hip. When they stay on my hip, I get them to think that I'm going to drive. So I let that ball hang in my pocket. I get active and low so they think that I'm going to either push off or counter, and then I step into space to get into that pull-up. Quick rhythm step, quick pull. And if anybody can tell me right in the comments below what move I'm using up here at my shoes, I'll send you a nice pair of Adidas hoop shoes. Right in the comments below, I'll randomly select somebody. What move am I doing right here to engage my defender? And there you have it, guys. Once again, the move we're working on today, the series, is punch drag, but the two shooting options, one is a quick little foot replacement where we notice defender sags off, we shoot it right away. The other one is that rhythm step out of that hesitation. Pull the ball to the pocket, defender's a little bit tight, we survey, see what we have, step right into space to catch them sleeping, maybe back on their heels to get into that shot. Super pumped. I hope you guys are able to use this automatically in your games. I know it works for me, I know it works for all my NBA guys, and I know it can work for you. We'll see you guys soon.